It's a hot March morning in Manila. Outside a Meralco payment center, a line stretches around the block. Children fan themselves with crumpled bills, and their parents check their wallets, worry etched on their faces. News headlines flash on TV screens, electricity prices at historic high, and Pinoy families feel the squeeze of power costs. The sense of urgency is almost electric itself. The atmosphere is tense. A grandmother clutches her bill, eyes wide. P6,000 na. Last year half lang yan, she whispers to her neighbor. Others nod, commiserating. The air is heavy with frustration and a hint of fear. Everyone is asking the same question. Why is it so expensive to keep the lights on? In the background, reporters explain the crisis. The Philippines now has some of the highest electricity prices in Southeast Asia, one says. There's talk of rolling blackouts if bills go unpaid. The mood is somber, but the news is clear. This is an urgent, nationwide issue. As families shuffle forward, the scene is repeated across the country. From Cebu to Mindanao, electricity is not just a household expense. It's a daily worry, shaping lives and futures. I used to run a small sari-sari store. Now, my chiller is off half the day to save on power, laments Mang Tino, a father of 3. His story is not unique. Every day, millions of Filipinos are forced to make tough choices. Do they buy food or pay the electricity bill? Do they keep the fan running at night or sweat through another sleepless sleep? At night the city glows a little dimmer. In many homes, air conditioning is now a luxury. Some families eat dinner by candlelight, not for romance, but because the lights must be switched off. The stress is visible. Parents worry about how to budget for the next bill. Students struggle to study by weak bulbs. Small businesses, from eateries to laundromats, face closing hours earlier to cut costs. For some, the fear is bigger than just the amount due. If we can't pay, they'll cut us off, says Aling Rosa, her voice shaking. My children need light for school. What will we do? In the urban poor communities, every peso counts. There is a constant, nagging anxiety that the next bill will be too much. This is the true cost of high electricity prices, not just in pesos and centavos, but in lost opportunities, stress, and the struggle to lead a dignified life. The big question really is, with all this pain, why are our electricity prices rising so fast? And who is responsible? Is it the government, the power companies, or something even bigger? Experts say it's not just one problem, it's a perfect storm of several issues. These range from the fuel we import to how our system is designed. It's about the old power plants we still use. It's about world events too. Things happening far away can change our electricity bills overnight. Sometimes people blame their local power company, and sometimes the government. But the truth is, the system itself is complicated. There are many players, suppliers, distributors, regulators, even foreign markets. When something goes wrong in one part, the whole chain feels it. To understand the crisis, we must look step by step at what really drives the costs. Only then can we see what needs to be fixed, and what hope we have for the future. Let's start with fuel. Most of the electricity that powers our homes comes from burning coal, oil, and natural gas. The problem? The Philippines does not produce enough of these fuels. Instead, we import them, mostly from other countries. When world prices go up, so do our bills. But that's not the only challenge. Many of our power plants are old. These aging machines are less efficient and break down more often. When a plant fails, the rest have to work harder, and the cost of emergency power kicks in. That means higher prices for everyone. Then there's the pass-through system. This means that if the cost of fuel goes up, the power companies are allowed to pass those costs directly on to consumers. So, when there's a global crisis, like war or a pandemic, Filipinos feel it every month when they pay. The result? We are stuck in a cycle. Global prices rise, local bills rise. Our old infrastructure makes things worse, and the system makes sure regular people bear most of the burden, not the companies. The Philippines stands out in the region for its unique energy mix. More than half of our electricity comes from coal and fossil fuels, and nearly all of that is imported. While we do have some local sources, like geothermal and hydroelectric plants, they still make up a smaller portion of the total. Because we depend so much on imported energy, we are especially vulnerable. If there's a problem with shipping, or if prices go up abroad, we feel it fast. Unlike some countries with large supplies of oil or coal, we must pay whatever the world market demands. This mix also makes it harder to switch to cheaper, cleaner sources. It's not easy to build new plants or change fuel types overnight. Decisions made decades ago still shape our bills today. The bottom line is this: our heavy reliance on imported dirty fuels leaves us exposed and limits our options. It's a uniquely Filipino challenge, and it makes solving the crisis even more urgent. So, let's take a look at other countries. It's not just the Philippines feeling the global energy crunch. But, why are our prices higher than others? Let's look at some of our neighbors. In Indonesia, for example, electricity is much cheaper. That's because they have their own coal and gas, and their government subsidizes prices. In Japan, power is expensive too, but wages are higher and their technology is more advanced. In Thailand, state control and local fuel sources help keep prices lower. In Vietnam, rapid investment in renewables has started to pay off. Meanwhile, the Philippines is caught in between. We have neither the resources of Indonesia, nor the technology of Japan, nor the sharp renewable focus of Vietnam. This comparison really shows why Filipino families are hit harder by price hikes. Our system is more exposed, less protected, and honestly, slower to adapt. When world prices go up, so do ours, often faster and higher than our neighbors. To fix this, we really need to look at what others are doing right, and what unique challenges we must face on our own. Every year, the Philippines grows, our cities expand, our population rises, and more people use electricity for everything, from cooking to charging phones. This growing demand puts even more stress on an already stretched system. But our infrastructure, power plants, transmission lines, substations, is old and, well, often neglected. Many plants were built in the 1980s or even earlier. When these break down, blackouts happen, upgrades are slow, and building new plants is expensive and complicated. The national grid struggles to keep up. When demand surges, the system sometimes can't deliver. That means brownouts or forced power cuts, especially during hot seasons. Small businesses and families suffer the most, losing precious hours and money. As demand continues to rise, the need to modernize our system becomes even clearer. Without big changes, price hikes and shortages could become the new normal. In the face of these problems, many look to renewables, like solar, wind, and hydro, as the answer. The promise is strong, clean, local energy that's not tied to world fuel prices. In fact, the Philippines has huge potential for both solar and wind, but there are challenges. The cost to build these new sources is high, and investors worry about rules and red tape. The grid must also be upgraded to handle these new types of energy. Right now, renewables are growing, but not fast enough to replace coal and gas. For families, this means waiting for change. In some areas, solar panels already help lower bills, but the upfront price is still too much for many. Experts say that with the right investment and government support, renewables could soon bring cheaper power to millions. It's not an easy road, but every new solar panel and wind turbine brings us closer to a future where electricity is both affordable and clean. The government knows the crisis is real. Officials are working to upgrade old plants, invest in new technology, and attract foreign and local investors. There are new rules to encourage more competition in the energy market, hoping this leads to lower prices. Incentives for renewable energy are growing, with tax breaks and easier permits for those who invest in solar and wind. Anti-corruption efforts target waste and abuse in the system, aiming to make sure every peso goes where it's needed. But the road ahead is long. Families can help by saving energy and supporting clean power initiatives. Change will not happen overnight, but it is possible. Imagine a future where no family fears the monthly bill, and every home has access to reliable, affordable energy. So, ask yourself, how have rising prices changed your life? What would you like to see done? Share your voice. Together, if reforms succeed, the Philippines can build a better energy future, one with hope, like light and dignity for all.